Good afternoon, Thursday, May 29, 2025. In Health Israel, seek help and stigma on users' expertise with President on suspended Governor Farah Act. People's interest and immediate accurate to exam seeing major expansion of settlements in the West Bank. I'm Ichukanyele News. In his achievement also over the last 2 years, stating that he has not only improved security but also expanded the economy. In a statement, celebrated deficit by $4 billion in 2023 to over $23 billion by the end of 2024. However, a security consultant, Ukechi Smith-Dibia, says insecurity under the Tinubu administration, particularly in the northeast and north central regions, have not improved. He spoke to correspondent Emekoto.
Going back to the era of 2014-2006, where the Boko Haram you can see
Dibia urged President Tinubu to focus on cutting off the sources of seed.
use of energy, and that is we need to know how to track those funds that are being used for ransom, and who are these people supposed to receive funds from the bandits. And also the admission that these guys use millions of naira in acquiring it, and where these guys is money to do. I say that on the back that apply the energy being targeted, any effort is made by not people.
Has assured the deputy guidance in the its governor that is crucial point where decision must be made for what line he was checkable program duty. The governor that the court judges looks at the past 2 years of his administration have not about more progress. He's although in for circumstances remains merger, more united and more oriented. Said support from Riverville boldened him to retreat, but to work harder to foster conciliation and forgiveness. He's essential restoring nursing and national infrastructure, impact program, and aligning services across state is as ruled in the state under the suspend of Nafuba Campbell. Being the Minister retired Vice Admiral key functionaries are before the Joint National Assembly ad hoc committee overseeing the emergency rule in the state to defend the 1.8 trillion naira budget. The leader of Senate Obini Bile said this during plenary after the budget bill's second reading on the floor of the Senate yesterday. Bill titled Bill for an Act to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of River State was read on the floor of the Senate yesterday. A breakdown of the proposed spending plan showed that 120.8 billion naira is for debt servicing, 287.3 billion naira is for recurrent on debt expenditure, and 1.07 trillion naira for capital expenditure. Meanwhile, some residents of Port Harcourt have expressed fears that the money could be misused or diverted. They spoke to our correspondent.
Budget is for River State, so let them make the public see the budget details, so that let's see how this money is spent. And more especially, when it goes to all the ministries, there's no SARS. Let us see if there is anything like employment inside. That is what is expected of.
The budget is a scam. They are eating our money, so they should tell us what and what they want to use 1.4 billion.
They should use that money properly, so that it will get to the average Nigeria or Rivers man.
I don't think they want to use our money appropriately. We, the River State indigenes, we are not happy. They should bring back our governor to do the good thing. What we are talking with the River State indigenes is then use our money appropriately. Where the money is supposed to go to, they should take it there.
Total review, we know their mission. No need of the phone. There's no need. Just keep it fingers. But they're not doing anything with the budget. No project.
In the meantime, a lawyer, Mr. Vincent Chukwu, says the River State Sole Administrator, retired Vice Admiral Bukete Eba, should not be one defending the budget since he did not present it himself. Speaking with Correspondent Obioware, Chukwu questioned the logic behind defending a document he had no part in introducing.
Another person cannot make or present a budget and you go to defend. It's not in line with the principles of passage of an appropriation. Although it is under a state of emergency, but there is no clear law. The constitution is not invoked as in what is required. It is illegal. It is not the president that ought to have presented that budget. It is the sole administrator because he is the one defending. So why not the president defend budget since he presented it? So it is not even the president that ought to actually present that budget. If the president does, that would mean it is the president that should defend it and not the sole administrator.
However, another lawyer, Achineke William, believes the key issue is not who presented the budget, but who prepared. He maintained that focus should be on the content and origin of the budget, not the presenter.
The president had two sole administrators. The sole administrator was the one here on ground who compiled the information for the budget. The one who has given the president the information that was compiled into what the president. It is the responsibility of the sole administrator who is on ground here to assess this, to collate those information. And if he collate the information and hand them over to the president, it's only natural and logical that he appears before the National Assembly.
Well, in other news, The family of 24-year-old Godwin Francis Aban, a three-level student of the University of Port Harcourt, is still demanding justice 6 weeks after his death in police. As you may know, the River State Police Command Public Relations Officer Greg Irikoko said Godwin, arrested on the 6th of April, was fatally struck by a stray bullet during an altercation when soldiers opened fire on a vehicle conveying arrested persons station. Irikoko said he was later confirmed dead at the hospital. 6 weeks after his death, Godwin's brother, Savion Abaman, has expressed concern over inconsistencies in the police's account and the lack of any official statement following all the meetings the family has had with the police.
The president asked to the sole administrator. The sole administrator
statement of what happened to my brother. We have identified the body. But now on the body I saw at the mortuary, I think the gunshot was from the front, not behind, because there is 2 gunshots on the stomach. But according to the statement the police gave us, they said that they arrested my brother that night with some hard drugs, which I don't believe. And on their way back to the station at SAS Road, that was when they had an encounter with these army officers, and those army personnel now opened fire on their vehicle.
Now, student coordinator of BAC Movement, Rivers Chapter AB 24, who described Godwin as a member of the BAC Movement, warned continued on the matter student tests.
Was a very Jews member, just the student, but to go we have taken relation to team for investigation into matter.
The lawyer, Mela Klotake, said the police aimed him recently that the soldiers who shot bullets had been arrested and their statement taken. He, however, criticized police for failing to officially update the family and public on the progress of their findings. He urged the police to show accountability in all dealings.
At this stage, what they're telling us is that they have established contact with the army. The army has also arrested suspects, and suspects are in army's custody. And the police has also been able to get the statement from these suspects. We are where there's going to be a coroner's inquest, and an autopsy is going to be part of that quest. But it's important that this is on the front burner. It continues to be discussed and talked about, because this is what happens to a lot of Nigerians. Like this have to stop.
The BL has to respond to our text message on. Coming next, WAEC reacts to late exams. Stay with us.
Showcase business at the Port Harcourt Tech Expo 2020. Only all business will seek visibility to come and showcase the business at Port Harcourt Tech Expo 2020, Nigeria's premier technology conference exhibition. Network, tech enthusiasts, professionals, and others for 2 days, and show your business over 4,000 attendees a day. To
records to the Abuja division. Mr. Leno expressed doubt that the plain language debate on Wednesday was aimed at curbing examination malpractice, particularly the leak of question papers. State Acting Public Moyoswa Adeshina acknowledged the disruption experienced by candidates in English language debates scheduled for mid-8, but held several hours by schedule in mentors nationwide. The examination gave other reasons to include logical concerns and social code dynamic, which in some areas. Recall that yesterday, secondary school students sitting for the 2025 West Africa Secondary School Certificate Examination Revit rolled their English paper into the night Wednesday, as incident seen in Lagos, Ogun, and Tara State. Video saw candidates sitting for their language nation night, the electricity, lantern, and mobile phone flashlight. With business societies in Niger, President Tinubu took his commitment to fight corruption immediately and implement forensic audit of the Niger Development NDD called in Port Harcourt during a one event to the Corruption Summit. Event Executive Director of We the People, Ken Henshaw, emphasized that Delta citizens are not taking collective to hold the government accountable.
Despite that, the party has not felt it make a report of the decision that much and that state mortality not is not one to the but also citizens cognition that in much of the failure in the Niger Delta region been stolen and the people have not gotten any they have any pressure. They demand their money public shock. That's why I put them square the people of the region. I think our society done enough.
Now, on that, it builds that in the country will be lies to the national state to the demand for implementation of audit. Responding to a Bureau reports that Program Coordinate of Social Action as a body said the such aim to collaborate between stakeholders and key institutions to correct the Recall 2020 report witnesses which were fulfilled. And they though finally unit with first Adeleke, they recommit going to battle's first baby mama, Sophie Mahmoud. Both third have approached Liverpool over signing their £20 million rapper, Callahan.
And we're being around the world.
Israeli Mrs. said 22 wish sent have proved on his bank station. The family and the minister at the road is it as well on the.
There's the news on Night with Niger Info.
That's right, this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a later story. As an expert has disagreed with President Tinubu on security, suspended Rubara has in minister has to defend before has defended examination by candidates on it as a major expansion in part. The news edited on Yakan was to reach team SMS or 0877. I'm Imoy. Many thanks for listening.